Greetings, world. It is I, Andrew, the bearded lady from the hairy Game Lords. And for Zatu Games, I am going to review, for your viewing pleasure, this Scrawl from Big Potato Games. Find out what I thought and more. So, before I tell you my thoughts, let's pop on over to the table, find out how to play this game. Well, this game is a very simple game to play. So you have a number of clipboards. You basically need, it's laid out here for 3. You need 4. Good. So this is a 4 to 8 player game. You have your clipboards and then you have your cards. These cards have, as you can see, a top and a bottom and then a reverse side, so you can pick accordingly. You've got loads of things to pick from there and some great things. A really ugly baby, a karate chopping a frog, slow day at the box factory, or some monkey business. Excellent. As you can see, there's all kinds of brilliant. There are all kinds of weird and wonderful things for your imagination and drawing potential to go wild. Joyless sex, excellent. Stealing someone's thunder, good. So, what happens is, first person writes on here what it is. Like this, Nick having a poo. So you've got Nick having a poo. Then what happens is you pass this on to the player on your left. They then grab one of these scroll cards and they draw Nick Welford having a poo. Maybe like this. Maybe this is his body. This is his head. Here is his body. Here is the toilet. And here are his legs. Because it's really being... He's really trying. Let me just... He's not got enough fibre in his diet. So it's an effort, this one. And... obviously, people need to know it's Nick, so he's got a rubbish beard. There we go. Obviously, it's Nick Welford now. So here he is, Nick having a poo. Then this awesome drawing is passed on to another person who then writes down what they think it is. Well, it looked like somebody having a poo. And I can tell who it is because of that rubbish beard. It's Nick having a poo. Anyway, and it goes on and so forth like that. So basically, when it comes back to the owner of this card here, they will look through all of the different things, and if a miracle has taken place and everybody has worked out what it is, the last image or the last writing says that it was Nick having a poo, then that player gets 3 points. Ta-da! Otherwise, what happens is maybe someone drew a really ugly baby, or maybe somebody didn't get it that it was Nick Welford having a poo. Maybe somebody instead said that drawing was Nick has piles. Maybe somebody thought it was that. Obviously it's Nick because of the beard. Rubbish beard. So somebody maybe thought Nick has piles, and then somebody else would have to draw Nick has piles. And maybe they think, oh, Nick has piles of games, so they might change it up a little bit more. What happens then is when this gets back to the player, they lay out all of the cards so they can see everything, and then they take everybody through the story. So they start off with what it started off with. So they take off that clip there and they'll be like, yes, it was Nick having a poo, and here's the picture of Nick having a poo, and then someone's put Nick has piles, and then somebody there may have drawn Nick with loads of board games, piles of board games. And so what happens is then everyone laughs, and jollity and fun is had, and then the person whose board it is gets to choose either a drawing or a definition that they thought was the most funniest, and that person then says, yeah, that was me, and they get a point. That goes round with everybody doing that thing, and everyone's names are on here, and basically the winner is the person who is first to get 2 more points than players playing. Simple. So there it is, how to play this game, and yes, it is easy. It is easy. So, as you can see from some of those cards in the description, this is a 17+ adult party game. Oh yes. Now what I like about this game are a number of things. Has anyone ever played Telestrations? That's right, this game is a lot like Telestrations. In fact, very much like Telestrations. But instead of a pad, it's got a clipboard. And actually, I like the clipboard better. I like the way that you get to spread out the story rather than flipping through. Each to their own. Has anyone ever played Telestrations and been in a group where you see a picture and you just think it looks a little bit risque, a little bit rude, and then you write down the thing and it changes it changes the game quite considerably. You ever had that? Yeah, and then the group you're in are absolutely shocked. I mean, like, your nan just won't look at you in the eye again, ever. Yeah. This is where Scrawl is for you. If that was you, get rid of Telestrations, put it to one side, play that with the family, but this Scrawl game, this is the one for you to get involved with. So the components are great. The thickness of each board, so that starting board nice and thick, and then the Scrawl pages also thick, really nice wipe off board. You get 8 pens, obvs, because it's for up to 8 players. You get 8 like cloth eraser things, good times. The selection of cards, double-sided with 2 suggestions on, are brilliant. There's so much hilarity in there. And of course, if you want, you can go off-piste and create your own from your weird and wonderful mind. I don't think often about Nick having a poo, by the way. It's just a dream that he had. Anyhow, who's the game for? Well, obviously it's for adults, people with an adult sense of humour, people who aren't easily offended. You've seen how easy this game is to teach and play. I have played this game with people who have never played board games before. They got it straight away and they really enjoyed it. I like the point scoring thing. Often with big potato games, there's some imaginative way of point scoring, and I really like the way that you're given those 3 amazing points if the theme continued all the way through to the end. That's pretty unlikely to happen. But what I really like is, even if you're absolutely bobbins at drawing and even guessing, you still could be in for a chance to win a precious point. And you could get that precious point each time somebody reveals their story, because they are picking the most hilarious picture or the most hilarious description. So, an easy game to play, an easy game to learn. Just hilarious fun. Those cards are brill. This is one certainly for your shelf if you are a party gamer. Get involved. Little bit of naughtiness in there. Yeah. Check it out.